Now we encounter an important transition starting with the but, because previously we know that, well, the world inevitably exists. Then what now? But if the Eleatic philosophy does not mean that the external world does not exist, it does mean that the external world is not the true being, is not real. Clearly, therefore, there is implied in this philosophy a distinction between reality and existence. Whatever exists, elephants, comets, multiplicity, motion, is mere appearance, which means what we perceive, what we feel, what we see with our own eyes. However, only being is real, but being does not exist. So here again, we run into a very important philosophical binary form, which is, well, the common understanding would say being equals existence, and existence equals being. For example, we as the human beings exist. But is this philosophical? Probably not, even though that's still a very important statement, and that's probably true. But the being in the philosophical sense is different. So Stace here is basically telling you that in Hegelian philosophy, being does not equal to existence. Well, this is a very basic formula, I think. But I understand for beginners it can be quite confusing. But no worry, let's move on. Stace here explains then, for it is nowhere and no when. So now we kind of have a sense that if something is nowhere and no when, which means it does not exist in space and time, which means it could be real, but it does not exist. This is what Hegel means by the distinction between being and existence. And whatever exists must at least exist at some time, if not at some place. And we may sum up these results in two propositions. Firstly, existence is not real. Secondly, what is real does not exist. These propositions, we say, are implied in Eleaticism. It is not, of course, to be supposed that the Eleatics themselves would or could have used such language because they lived in 2,500 years ago. This result may sound paradoxical, that existence is not real. This is just supportable. Anyone who knows that, according to the Hindus, the existing world is Maya, illusion, is familiar with this thought. But that what is real does not exist, that seems intolerable. We suspect that we are being unless it were. We suspect that we are being made the dupes of words, that this is one of those everlasting quibbles which metaphysicians, etc. Yet, as Stace would tell you, we must leave the matter here for the moment. These difficulties will be cleared up shortly. What we have now to note is that the result we have reached, however it is to be explained, is of vital moment for the understanding of Plato, Aristotle, and Hegel. It is part of the one universal philosophy. 3/4 of the failures to understand Hegel are due to the fact that this is not understood. Okay, so in next section we will jump into section B, Plato and Hegel. It's getting more interesting. Hopefully you are still following through. PF out.